Hi, welcome back to another Heather Mac Reacts. Today we're going through some Am I the A-hole stories, and if you like videos like this, make sure you subscribe because I post 5 times a week, every single week. And if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's get into this first Am I the A-hole story. This says, am I the a-hole for reporting my host family after they asked me to be intimate with their incel son? That freaking title just makes me want to vomit all over my computer. I'm gonna say the hell no you're not, but let's see what the story says. Hello, am I the a-hole? I'm feeling really conflicted and need some outside perspective on a situation I found myself in. I'm an 18-year-old high school student from the UK. For my senior year, I decided to participate in a study abroad program in the US. I was excited about the opportunity, but had no idea what I was getting into with my host family. Oh, America, making us look good all over the place. The family consisted of a single dad and his son, who was 25. The dad was a big football enthusiast and seemed friendly enough at first. I'm gonna stop you right the fuck there. Why are they putting an 18-year-old girl in a house with a single dad and a grown-ass son? That already sounds wicked inappropriate to me. And if I was that girl, I would immediately be fucking uncomfortable with that situation. However, his son, who self-identified as an incel, and if y'all don't know what that means, go look it up, made my stay increasingly uncomfortable. He often expressed his frustrations about women not being interested in him and how unfair he thought it was. Well, with an attitude like that, I speak for the human female population in saying, ew. His behavior towards me ranged from mean-spirited comments to outright sexist remarks. It's so strange that you can't get a girl to be interested in you. Wow, weird. He would say things like, women are too picky and all they want are chads. My husband is not a chad. He's just a real man. He was also noticeably unhygienic. He rarely showered and spent most of his time playing video games. Once again, it is so strange that the female population doesn't want to be with some loser that sits in his basement playing video games all day and not fucking showering. But women are too picky. Yeah, they just want someone who doesn't fucking smell like body odor. Ugh, like I can smell this story from here. I'm a social person and I have always enjoyed going out. During my time there, I met several guys through Tinder and at clubs. I'll admit I brought a few back to the house. This seems to trigger the son even more. 'Cause they're chads. He started complaining about how it was unfair that I was getting action while he was left out. Hey, Buster, how about you try washing your stinky fucking ass? His behavior grew increasingly resentful and bitter, which is really just like the hallmark of an incel, isn't it? Then one day, things took a disturbing turn. The dad asked to talk to me privately. He said he was concerned about the imbalance in the house, that his son was struggling with being a virgin and an incel while I was openly enjoying my social life. Shockingly, he suggested that I should help out his son by having sex with him, or at least give him a hand job to make things fair. What fucking universe are these weird ass fucking people from? It's really unfair that my son's a fucking socially awkward asshole who doesn't wash his ass and plays video games all day. So you should totally give him some sex to make him feel better for being disgusting and a loser. Get a fucking grip, the both of you. You know, this poor girl never should have been put in this situation. Absolutely never. I cannot believe that they were approved to be a fucking a study abroad family to a young girl. That's disgusting. I was completely taken aback and disgusted by the suggestion. I immediately packed a few things and left for a friend's house. The fuck men, girl. Thank you for leaving. Feeling shaken and unsure, I contacted the exchange student agency and they were incredibly supportive. They quickly arranged for me to stay with another family and suspended the original family's hosting rights pending an investigation. The agency representative was very kind and even directed me to law enforcement resources to report the incident. Now I'm facing backlash from the original host family. The family full of fucking weirdo incels. They have been sending me angry letters accusing me of overreacting and claiming that I've ruined their reputation. What fucking reputation? They're insisting that it was just a suggestion. I suggest that you sleep with my son because he doesn't have a fucking life and you do, and it's so unfair. Y'all, what the fuck? And then I'm blowing things out of proportion. This has left me questioning my actions. Did I overreact by reporting them? Was it wrong to involve the agency and potentially law enforcement? Should I talk to the police about these letters? I feel like I overreacted. Sweet angel. No, you fucking didn't. And I would have laughed in both of their faces as I called the police while I skipped out the fucking door with my middle finger raised in the air. What the hell? Holy shit. The fucking level of delusion is just flabbergasting. I don't even know if that's a word, but that's how I'm feeling. Oh my God, my stomach is turning just thinking about you having to fucking be in the same room as that disgusting, nasty, fucking disgust. Did I say disgusting? Did I say nasty? Ugh. Sweetheart, you never should have had to breathe the same air as those fucking losers. Bring it down, Heather. You have to watch your blood pressure. Let's see what the comments say. You should absolutely tell the police about the letters and continued harassment and the agency. That's what I'm saying. Next says, yes, absolutely. And the topper is that they admitted it and very simply proclaimed it was no big deal. I think it's a very good likelihood that this is why they signed up in the first place, which is disgusting and horrifying. Why would they ever be approved for an 18-year-old girl to live alone in that fucking house with those disgusting fucking excuses for men? Males, we'll say. Not even fucking men, males. Last comment says, it makes me mad this woman was placed in this home in the first place. A young woman coming to a new country shouldn't have been placed in a house with a father and son. I don't care how much heat I get for saying so. Well, this is the outlier. This is why such rules exist. I can't say it wouldn't have happened with a woman there because women can be just as terrible, but sometimes it's enough to stop this kind of stupidity. I don't know. It's frustrating because nothing feels safe sometimes. I have 2 daughters. I want them to be able to go out in the world without having to be so weary of everyone, but it's such a tricky world. You know what? Rather be weary than dead. Rather be weary than essayed. I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings for being nervous about your fucking intentions, but I'd rather hurt your feelings than hurt my fucking body. And I will never apologize for that. No, you are not the a-hole. These people are now gaslighting you from a fucking far, making you feel like you're the asshole for sticking up for yourself, for not wanting to sleep with some random fucking kid who thinks it's not fair. I have to watch my blood pressure. I'm going to calm down. I would like to know what you think about that one in the comments. And let's get on to the next story before I lose my fucking mind. Okay, this says, am I the a-hole for suggesting we lock up the Christmas presents after what my niece did last year? Yikes on trikes. Reddit says they're not the a-hole. Let's see what we think. Every year, my siblings and I, alongside our families, spend Christmas with our parents. We stay at their house for a few days. Everyone opens gifts together. It's hectic, but a lot of fun. The kids enjoy having one big sleepover with their cousins. My mom likes having everyone home again. We all pitch in. It's a win-win. Last year, my brother married Sally. She has a 7-year-old daughter, Mindy. This was their first Christmas with us. It seemed like they were having a fun time. Christmas Eve, all the kids went to the finished basement to sleep. We told the kids to not open up gifts without us and to wake us up when they did. This was repeated several times. Once the kids were asleep, we put all the gifts under the tree and eventually went to bed ourselves. The next morning around 6 a.m., I wake up early and head downstairs. I find the living room a mess. Half of the gifts were unwrapped. Several of them had been ripped from their boxes, and there was Mindy playing with some of the toys. Most of the ones weren't even hers. She knows how to read, and they were all labeled, so she knew this. I was in shock. I went and got my brother and Sally, along with the rest of the adults. Sally was super embarrassed and my mom was very upset. The other kids weren't up yet, so we tried to salvage what we could while Sally talked to Mindy. Not everything could be fixed, and she had broken a couple of toys completely. The broken ones weren't even her own toys. Luckily, not everything was damaged, and even the boxes that were, the kids didn't notice, but my nephew, sister's son, had one of his big gifts destroyed, and he was sad when everyone got theirs while he was told he'd have to wait for a new one to come back in. Sally and my brother reimbursed everyone. Mindy didn't get to open gifts with everyone, but joined the festivities later. She apologized, but kept making excuses. She said she didn't want to wait, and she wanted to see what everyone else got. Sounds like a fucking psychopath in the making. We're all preparing to go to my parents again this year. I put in the group chat that we should either lock the door to the living room this year or put a gate around the tree so no one can get to it. I didn't even name names, just specifically said no one. Sally and my brother got mad, accusing me of treating Mindy like a baby or an animal. Well, if the motherfucking fur fits. Are you kidding me? Your fucking 7-year-old doesn't know better than to open other people's fucking gifts and break them? And when people want to take precautions against her fucking animalistic behavior, you're going to get mad and say she's being singled out? If the fur fits. I said I'm not, but this is a precaution so none of the kids are tempted. They said this isn't necessary and I'm holding a mistake over Mindy's head. Nah. She didn't open just one present and fucking ruined it. She opened a lot of fucking presents and ruined them. So she made mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake. And then not only did she not take responsibility for it, she made fucking excuses for it. So she didn't learn a single fucking lesson from this story and needs to be treated like the little animalistic biatch that she's being. I don't care how old she is. Oh. They said this isn't necessary. I'm holding a mistake over Mindy's head. I said, no, I'm not. I'm trying to make sure we have no repeat because I'll know I'll be asked. Mindy doesn't have autism or ADHD. And even if she did, my daughter has ADHD and both my sister's kids are on the spectrum. They knew better. I don't think Mindy was malicious. She was only 6. Y'all said she was 7. But I do think precautions should be made. My parents agree with me and my brother is mad that I put it in their heads. Am I the a-hole? Nope. I would say Mindy's not fucking invited this year, but maybe I'm the bitch. Let's see what the comments say. I mean, why wouldn't you do this? It kind of isn't even just about Mindy, although of course it's about Mindy. She ruined Christmas and broke a lot of other people's toys. But you have a bunch of small children who are notoriously bad with impulse control. Why not lock the door or put a gate around the tree? Any child could be tempted by sleeping parents and gorgeously wrapped presents under a little tree. She's still only 7. You know, I hate when people put the word only in front of a child's number age, because I feel like that's giving them liberties to act a certain way because they're only this old. My 4-year-old would know if you told him, do not touch those presents until we all wake up in the morning. My fucking 4-year-old would know better than to go touch those presents. And he's 4. The goddamn 6-year-old fucking knew better. Also, if your kid acts like a baby, they should be treated like one. Come on, Sally. The girl opened half the Christmas presents and you and your husband had to shell out to replace them. Wouldn't you rather lock the room than risk having to put out and feel embarrassed all over again? Not the a-hole. Next comment says they're setting Mindy up to fail. Absolutely not the a-hole, OP. Remove the temptation. I mean, literally, she didn't say, hey, Mindy can't come this year because you fucked up everything last year. She just said, let's take some precautions. Let's lock the room. You know what? She shouldn't even have put this in the group chat. She should have told her mom. It's her mom's house. Her mom can do whatever the fuck she wants. She should have said, Mom, you need to lock that living room door this year. And mom would have said, yup, you right. We're not doing what we did last year. And then brother and Sally wouldn't have any fucking say in it. And then Mindy can go get screwed when she wakes up in the middle of the night to be a little dickhead and ruin everyone's presents. No, y'all, the blood pressure is rising again. What is this video? I'm gonna need to go test my blood pressure after this. I say not the a-hole. I would like to know what you think in the comments, and let's get on to the next story. This says, am I the a-hole for ignoring my brother-in-law's request to include his children from his second marriage when I see my nibblings? That's a little long-winded and complicated, but Reddit said they're not the a-hole, so let's see what we think. I lost my sister, Jack. thinking it's Jacqueline perhaps, to cancer several years ago. During her final months, she learned her husband Sam was cheating on her. Oh, just fucking lovely, Ooh, cheating on a woman dying of fucking cancer. That is just a super duper kind of asshole. Super duper kind of asshole. She also became aware that he was planning to make a life with his affair partner once she was gone. Oh, wow. This guy just keeps getting fucking better and better. She was angry, hurt, betrayed, and felt disgusted by him. He made all these plans with this other woman with the money she would be leaving behind. Jack had sued one of her former doctors for medical negligence and won, so she was sitting on a very life-changing amount. She did not want Sam or his other woman to have any future kids of theirs to benefit from her death and the negligence that caused her very treatable cancer to be fatal, so she changed what would happen to everything and set up a trust with me as the trustee. Way to think ahead, Jack. Once Sam learned this after Jack's death, he did everything to try and carry out damage control with me, but when he realized I knew about his affair and was disgusted with him and would not be helping him break the law, he tried to cut me off from Sky and Belle, which I'm assuming are her nieces, which led me to fight for visitation in court under our grandparents' or family rights law. I won. I see my nibblings every other Saturday, all major holidays, and he cannot prevent phone access between us. Sam married this other woman and now has additional children as well as her child from a prior relationship who moved in with them 3-ish years ago. He has asked me to include his other children, and in the past I would say no, but it has continued to the point where I now ignore his request completely. Why should I? Why should I? Why should I? Why should I? You decided to lie in this bed, sir. You could take care of your extra kids. Sky, 15 male, oh, my bad, that was a boy, and Belle, 14 female, told me their dad tries to involve them, but they don't want to include their step-siblings or half-siblings. They actually wanted to live with my family and me, but I don't have grounds for that, so I just see and speak to them as much as I can, and we spend time together whenever we get it, but they are pretty clear they want to keep me, my husband, and their cousins for themselves. We're their only extended maternal family. Sky told me a couple weeks ago that things might get worse because their dad was adopting his stepchild, and the oldest half-sibling is asking more questions about why they don't get to come. Sky was right, and Sam told me the kids want to come, and I should open my heart. Like you opened your fucking pants, you piece of shit. He decided to approach me at the school gate and called me out for ignoring his requests. A couple of other parents who heard him say I ignored his kids were mumbling that I was a pretty heartless person to let kids get hurt in the middle of this. Sam also accused me of turning my nibblings against him and their family, and he said refusing to include the kids shows how much I don't care about their hurts. Am I the a-hole? Okay, so the aunt is the heartless person to let kids get hurt in the middle of this. No, maybe Sam wants to make sure that Sky and Belle get something special for themselves after the loss of their mother and the upheaval in their lives when their piece of shit father married his fucking affair partner, probably pretty fucking shortly after their mom died. Nope, not the a-hole, don't care about those other kids. I mean, like, y'all know I love kids and I always care about kids and I'm always like, are y'all thinking about the kids? But like, nah, man, I'm thinking about the kids that were suffering and who just want like one thing to themselves. They already have to share their dad with this new fucking family that they didn't fucking ask for that came prior to an appropriate time. So no, I don't think she's the a-hole. I don't think she has to change anything. And if I were her, I would continue to go after rights based on the children's preferences. They're old enough to tell a judge, I don't want to live with my dad anymore. I want to live with my aunt. I would push for that and I would get a lawyer and see what they think. Anyway, let's read the comments. Not the a-hole. This is like asking your sister if she were alive to watch her husband and affair partner's children. She wouldn't, and you are 100% not obligated. His other children need to learn their place in the family tree. Eventually, they will stop asking. The time you spend with your nibblings could be the same time their half and step siblings spend with their mother's family. I think your former brother-in-law is being manipulative. He's trying to use you as childcare or something worse. OP responded, I think he's trying to get me to bond with the kids so I will break the law and go against the trust for my nibblings and they all get their hands on the money my sister left. It's disgusting, but I know he's capable of things like that. Oh, go to hell, brother-in-law. Go straight to fucking hell. You ain't getting a motherfucking dime of this money, you cheating, lowlife fucking scumbag. Oh, y'all. I have not had an Am I the A-hole make me this mad in a really long time, but I am fuming right now. Fuming. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear anything from his stupid, cheating, lying, scummy mouth. You are a douchebag. You deserve every awful thing that happens to you. Not the a-hole. I would like to know what you think about that one in the comments, and let's get on to our next story. This says, am I the a-hole for refusing to attend my in-laws' Christmas unless sister-in-law removes the stocking that has a different name than the one I chose for my unborn son? Coming from a woman with an unborn son, I'm sorry, you're gonna rename my fucking child? Ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Bitch, have a seat. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see. To preface, I, female, have been with my husband Todd for 3 years. He has a son, 9, from his late wife. Todd is pretty close to his sister, Monica. Their mom's deceased and Monica has basically taken over. She's nice to me and all, but she seems to be a bit controlling, especially when it comes to Todd. But that wasn't a real issue until after I got pregnant. After we found the gender of the baby boy, she insisted on the name Tommy. Can the mom viewers, maybe even the dads, maybe even just a fucking normal goddamn person with sense in their brain, can y'all just wait with me for a second here and imagine if you found out you were having a boy and some bitch who ain't you or your spouse said, I insist you name him Tommy. Oh, the fucking gall and gumption. Holy shit. I insist you name him Tommy because I say so. I don't care if that ain't my egg. I don't care if that ain't my ovary. I don't care if that ain't my uterus. I don't care if that ain't my baby. I insist you name him Tommy. Why? Because I'm the fucking queen of the world. Oh. I don't even need to read the rest of this. No, you're not the fucking asshole. Period. But I refused because I already had a name in mind and Todd loves it, but he chose to stay out of the fight, saying maybe we should just let Monica call him Tommy. Wow, Todd. Way to show how small your balls are. You're not gonna tell your fucking overbearing sister to shut the hell up, that she's not allowed to name your unborn son. So you're gonna let your wife fight this fight for you? Wow, I've seen squirrels with bigger balls than that, Todd. I refused and asked her to please respect me and the fact that I'm the mom, not her, and she said, okay. I don't believe a single fucking letter of that okay, Monica. Like always, she's hosting Christmas for the family this year and invited me and Todd to Christmas dinner. I was intending on coming. That is until I'd discovered that she hung stockings with her kids, nephews, nieces' names and hung a Tommy stocking saying that it's for my son. You fucking presumptive, manipulative, shiesty bitch. You went out and spent money on a stocking for a name that you're insisting that your brother and can anyone with siblings, can anyone in the comments with siblings just sit there and tell me, would you ever have the gall, gumption, gander, audacity to tell your fucking sibling, I want you to name them Tommy, and I'm going to buy a stocking with that name on it because I insist you name your child what I want them to be named. And I have the right to do this because I said so. Oh, Monica, you... I think I've called her enough names already, but you fucking bitch. I was livid. I lost it on her and there was a huge fight. I told her I won't be coming to Christmas dinner if she doesn't remove the stocking or put the real name, and then I left. Todd started yelling at me when we got home, saying that I was attempting to ruin an important family tradition by refusing to come, and said that I was overreacting and cannot be telling his sister what she should or shouldn't do in her own home. Wow, Todd, so it's not squirrel balls, it's, let's see, ant balls? Fucking millipede, no, that's even bigger. Ant balls or termite balls or fucking amoeba balls, fucking balls the size of molecules and atoms. Like, holy shit, Todd. Holy fucking shit, Todd. You're gonna yell at your wife? Bring him in.
Todd, you're gonna yell at your wife because your fucking manipulative, controlling, psycho-ass sister is trying to rename your fucking baby and did it by placing a Christmas stocking in her house, planting it there so that y'all know what she's naming your fucking baby.
Like, am I on a new planet? That doesn't make any fucking sense. Holy, y'all, I am gonna need like a trip to the masseuse after this video because holy shit, I am riled up. He tried to convince me to come, but I said no. Not until she removes that stocking and doesn't look like she's going to do it because he spoke with her and now he's mad at me for making a huge deal out of it. Honey, fucking run. This family is absolutely a bunch of lunatics. Her husband, Philip, who's usually nice to me, called yesterday saying that he spoke with Todd and he'd be devastated if I caused the family to miss the event at Monica's house and ruin it not only for the adults but for the kids as well, since my stepson loves spending the holiday with his cousins. Todd has been quiet and the only way we communicate is through Philip. I feel ashamed. Maybe I overreacted. No, but yo, get me on the phone. Let me call the OP. Honey, this is an entire fucking family of gaslighters. Am I the a-hole? Edit. To answer someone's question, no, I did not ask Monica to put a stocking up for my son. She said it was for my son. It was her decision, although I find it weird since the baby isn't even born yet. Well, I kind of disagree with that because my unborn son has a stocking hanging on the mantle. I mean, he is coming next month. We have 37 days until induction, so I'm not panicking, you're panicking. But no, we had, I bought a set of stockings like 2 years ago, and there were 2 cream colored ones and 2 red ones, and there was only the 3 of us for so long. And I bought new stocking tags this year, and I was like, you know what? If I don't buy one for the new baby, next year, when I try to buy it, the person will not be making these tags anymore, or they'll be out of that particular type of ribbon, and I'll have to buy 4 new ones. So I'm like, okay, just get all 4 tags right now. And then why wouldn't I hang them all up? So we hung them all up, and now my 4-year-old is very excited that his little brother's stocking is up there too. And I even bought a couple little baby things to put in it, you know, to keep the spirit alive. But yeah, if someone else was putting up a stocking for my unborn baby, might be a little weird. Again, this baby is literally due in like a month, so it's kind of like not so weird because like we are literally in the home stretch. But this whole fucking family is just screaming weird. So let's see what the comments say. Wait, was there ever a Tommy? Like her dad or a child she lost? Or did she just arbitrarily like that name better and started calling your son that? OP responded, no Tommy in the family. Totally random name, which makes me even more confused as to why she's so hung up on it. Makes no sense, honestly. It's because she's a psycho and she's controlling and she's trying to make the entire world cater to her psychosis. Next comment says, because it's a power play. Ding, 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 ding. This is your husband's sister's way of telling you that Todd will always take her side. Now that you're having his kid, she wants to make sure you know that she's the one who calls the shots. Please start setting up some kind of birthing plan that does not include your husband, because he will let his sister into that delivery room and control everything. Can y'all imagine if she swiped the birth certificate and filled it out herself and handed it in to the nurse while like the mom was taking a nap or something? I wouldn't put it past her. Okay, y'all, let me know what you think about that. Am I the whole story in the comments? Don't forget, we have a playlist of over 200 other videos like this that you can binge whenever you like. Please don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.